of the legislature to reconvene its special session beginning Thursday, August 29th, and ends on Thursday, September 19, 2024. The release quotes members of the legislature as saying there are several legislations of time sensitive and integrity, coupled with the submission of the draft recast budget, which demand the urgent attention of the legislature. The legislators stated that the action is in pursuant of Article 32B of the Constitution. Article 32B of the Constitution states the President shall, on his own initiative or upon receipt of a certificate signed by at least one-fourth of the total membership of each House and proclamation, extend a regular session of the legislature beyond the date for adjournment or call a special extraordinary section of that body to discuss or act upon matters of national emergencies concerns. It further stated that when the extension or call is at the request of the legislature, the proclamation shall be issued not later than 48 hours after receipt of the certificate by the President. The release from the House of Representatives added that the reconvening of the legislature is intended for members to cut short their constitutional break, which commenced on July 20, 2024 and ends in October 2024. The search operation is continuing in District Number 2, Nema County, for two staffers of the Office of Representative Mosability. The staffers went missing since Saturday, August 24, after the raft they were crossing on sank in the Ya River. The two persons are staffers, including a security and secretary in the office of the lawmaker. The incident happened when Representative Ability had gone to break grounds for a bridge project in the area. Several persons have taken to their social media handles to remember the families of the missing persons in their prayers, as well as Representative Musability over the side incident. The Liberia National Police in Grand Bassa County has arrested a man aged 26 for allegedly raping a 7-year-old girl in the county. According to RCR Grand Bassa County correspondent Elijah Lee, was arrested on Sunday by residents of the Gulson community in Buchanan while using his fingers to sexually abuse the 7-year-old minor. Our correspondent quoted the uncle of the survivor as explaining that the perpetrator convinced his niece and took her to the Bible Faith school campus, and while in the process of committing the act, community members raised alarm before he was arrested. Medical report from the Liberian Government Hospital in Buchanan showed that the 7-year-old was tampered with. In a related development, police in Grand Bassa County have launched a manhunt for another man believed to be in his 30s for allegedly raping a 15-year-old girl in the county. According to our correspondent, the perpetrator, whose name the police is yet to disclose, ran away after committing the act over the weekend. The survivor is currently undergoing treatment at the government hospital in Buchanan while police is in search of the alleged perpetrator. The leadership of the National Patriotic Party through its chairman, George Moba, has taken flight to the Supreme Court again. Chairman Moba's legal team, according to RCR judicial correspondent, filed a petition before the justice in chamber at the Supreme Court for a writ of mandamus against NEC chairperson Deviata Brown Lassana. Chairman Moba's petition, among other things, alleged that the National Elections Commission has not recognized nor interacted with the current leadership of the National Patriotic Party as mandated by the Supreme Court opinion and the October 2022 7th Biannual Convention. This 7th Biannual Convention of 2022 referenced the party's leaders. As such, a writ of mandamus should be issued because they have the legal right to operate, and it is the duty of the respondent, the National Elections Commission, to perform such act. The NPP leadership further argued that, consistent with the September 18, 2022 ruling from the Civil Law Court, James Banning and all other party officials of the NPP who filed the petition for declaratory judgment were granted by the court and confirmed as legitimate and legal authorities to transact business on behalf of the party. The leadership further stated that on October 7, 2022, the party convened at the Pinto City Hall in the presence of NDC officials, political parties, and international press so as to execute the mandate of the court. And during that convention, the current leaders were elected and subsequently inducted. Our judicial correspondent further said, as a result of the petition, the justice in chamber has cited the parties for a conference on Wednesday, August 28th at 3:30 p.m. before making any decision on the matter as provided by law. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority has clarified recent World Bank letter, which claims that no official request for the restructuring of the 40 million fisheries project was submitted by the government of Liberia. The NAFA release said, in reality, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning submitted a restructuring request on September 12, 2022 to the then World Bank country manager for Liberia, Kwimantara, for further submission and approval by the World Bank's Board of Directors. Following this request, the World Bank's previous technical team developed and approved a work plan and budget according to NAFA. This budget pertained specifically to Component 1 of the project, improving management and governance of fisheries, particularly Subcomponent 1.1, which focuses on institutional strengthening and capacity building. These activities, according to the NAFA release, included purchasing vehicles and generators to enhance project implementation in rural Liberia and support NAFA's data collection efforts. Notably, the release said this allocation represents only 2% of the total 40 million project budget, with compensation for the project coordinator accounting for just 1.3%. This was with the expectation that the World Bank Board will approve the restructuring for the fiscal year 2021-2022, even as the World Bank country team was transitioning to a new team. Additionally, NAFA said the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, which oversees the project financial management unit, can confirm that no disbursements were made without prior no objection from the World Bank. The World Bank authorized all project disbursements in accordance with Chapter 4 or Component 4 of the Project Implementation Manual, which outlines the following process. According to NAFA, the Project Implementation Unit reviews and provides feedback on draft plans until they are finalized and agreed upon by the implementing departments. Representative for the family has termed the increased demand for police presence in Sanoye district as essential to address the issue of security. The Bon County representative noted that the increase in security will effectively address the issue of crimes and ensure the well-being of the people in the district. In a letter to Police Inspector General Colonel Gregory Coleman, dated August 22, 2024, Representative for the family noted that the community is currently faced with shortage of police personnel, something he said has raised concerns about public safety and security. The Bon County District 7 representative stated that the presence of security will help maintain law and order in the district. Meanwhile, the District 7 lawmaker has pledged his willingness to continue his cordial working relationship with the Liberia National Police to ensure the protection of lives and properties in District 7, Bon County. The Liberian Senate has sent a message of condolences to the bereaved family of the late Chaplain General, Reverend Michael Hodder. Reverend Hodder died on Thursday, August 22, 2024, at the ELW Hospital following months of illness. Speaking on behalf of the Liberian Senate at his Congotown residence, the Secretary of the Senate, Nambala Assembly, acknowledged the religious role played by the late Chaplain General at the Liberian Senate and called on the family to take solace in the Lord, noting that the man of God left a religious vacuum at the Liberian Senate. According to a Senate press release, Reverend Hodder served the Liberian Senate for 27 years and died at the age of 65. The Liberia Maritime Authority, in collaboration with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, has kicked off a 5-day training for journalists and maritime personnel in the country. The training is intended to educate journalists to promote maritime security. Speaking on Monday in Monrovia, the acting director for faculty and academic affairs at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, Dr. Eman Barry Curran, said the workshop is intended to inform the media on the impact of maritime crimes on the Gulf of Guinea and the overall deterioration of human security and efforts to combat maritime criminality. Dr. Barry Curran said For the past years, the media has not reported much about maritime security, and it was time to involve the media by educating members on how to report on maritime security. Also speaking, the acting head of mission of the Ghana Embassy in Monrovia, Emon Ya Obang, said the capacity building training for media practitioners in the maritime security is to help support the Liberian maritime security on other or on their work and functions in the country. He at the same time noted that the media has faced serious issues on maritime security reporting, something which prompted the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center to organize the meeting or training. Out of Liberia now, at least 60 people have been killed after a dam burst because of heavy rainfall in war-torn Sudan. Search operations are currently underway, but there are fears that the death toll could be even higher. The Abat Dam has a capacity of 25 million, that's 25 million cubic meters, and is the main source of drinking water for the coastal city of Port Sudan, where the military government is based. After being ravaged by 16 months of civil war, Sudan is now experiencing torrential rains and floods that have killed dozens and forced tens of thousands from their homes. The collapse of the dam in Red Sea State is one of the worst incidents, washing away farms and villages downstream. Local resident Ali Issa told the AFP news agency that people had been stuck in 7 cars. They tried to get them out but couldn't. Another resident, Musa Mohammed Musa, said he had been told that in one area all the houses and everything was swept away. The heavy rainfall has also damaged a major fiber optic cable in Sudan, causing a communication outage in many parts of the country for the second day in a row. According to the privately owned Radio Dabanga website, the Air Force was trying to rescue people who had become trapped after seeking refuge in the mountains, reports local newspaper Madam Make. And finally, a British national who was working in eastern Ukraine as part of a Reuters news team was killed in a missile strike on a hotel on Saturday, the agency has confirmed. Safety advisor Ben Evans was one of 6 Reuters employees staying at the Hotel Safir in the city of Kramatorsk, which is under Ukrainian control but near the front line when it was hit. Ukrainian authorities said the hotel was struck by a Russian missile. Russia has, however, not commented on the claims. In a statement, the Reuters spokesperson said the agency had been devastated to learn of Mr. Evans' death. The National Police of Ukraine said earlier that the body of a 40-year-old British man was recovered from the rubble of a hotel at 18:35 time on Sunday after a 19-hour search.
Ria TV, True FM.
In Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Wakala if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll take your data.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because
these are the top developments we are following to act on several critical national issues, including the recast budget. Members of the legislature agreed to reconvene this Thursday for a special section. Double rape cases in Grand Bassa County, one arrested, one on the run after allegedly raping a 7-year-old and a 15-year-old respectively as police launched manhunt. Such operation continues in District 2, Nema County for 2 staffers of the Office of Representative Musa Belity, who went missing since August 24th after the raft they were crossing on sank in the Yah River. And away from Liberia, at least 60 people have been killed after a dam burst because of heavy rainfall in war-torn Sudan, according to the BBC. Let's bring you the voices of the newsmakers. The Liberian legislature has disclosed it will reconvene this Thursday for a special section. The penny return of the legislature for an extra sitting is in consonance with Article 32B of the Liberian Constitution. According to the House of Representatives Director of Press, Robert Hayes, the legislature have signed a certificate to reconvene for the second special section of the 55th legislature.
In consequence with Article 32B of the United States Constitution, members of the 55th legislature have affixed their signature to the certificate to reconvene for the second special section of the 55th legislature. The certificate mandates both members of the House and the Senate to reconvene its special section beginning the 29th of August, Thursday, to Thursday, September 19th, 2024. The 55th legislature under the gavel of First Speaker J. has so far have acknowledged that there are several legislations of transitive nature that established coupled with the submission of the draft recent Section 2024, which demands the urgent attention of the legislature. They have expected their signature consonant with Article 32B of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia to reconvene for the second special section from Thursday, 29th of August to end on September 19th. According to Article 32B of the Constitution, it states that the President shall on his own initiative or upon receipt of a certificate signed by at least 1/4 of the total membership of each House and by proclamation extend a regular section of the legislature beyond the date for adjournment, or call a special extraordinary section of the body to discuss or act upon matters of national emergencies and concerns. When the extension or call is at a request of the legislature at this age, the lawmakers calling themselves back to working on this country, the proclamation shall be issued no later than 48 hours after receipt of the certificate by the President. Distinguished member of the Pope Estate, the reconvening of the 55th legislature is intended for members to cut short their constitutional break, which started up on the 20th of July and was expected to run up to the 11th of October. But now, members of the legislative body will return to work actively Thursday, 29 August. That will run up to September 19, 2024.
Robert Hayes is the Director of Press at the House of Representatives, disclosing the reconvening this Thursday for a special section by members of the 55th legislature. A search operation is continuing in District 2, Nema County for two staffers of the Office of Representative Musa Belity. The staffers went missing since Saturday, August, after the raft they were crossing on sank in the Yar River. Cyprian Khalid is our contact in Nema County with the detail.
On the 24th of August, which was on Black Day, the Office of Representative Musa Belity was invited by some citizens of District Number 2 in Lima County through their representative, Yam Plumbo. District 2 is connected with District 4 by the Yar River. And so the citizens there have been going through so much difficulties because of the lack of bridge on the Yar River that connects District 2, District 4. On the District 2 end, the town just at the river is called Bay Chiapa, and then on the District 4 side, the town is Pei. So we went for that program. There was a petition program. The citizens are intended to ask for representativeness to help them construct a bridge. So we went, as always, in huge numbers with the representative for the program. We had the program successfully, and then after the program in Bay Chiapa, we came down the water bank for the groundbreaking, which was done. After that, we decided to depart for our district, District 7. And so the first batch of people, managed to cross, which included Representative Billy, Representative Jan Flomo. It's actually not a boat, it's a raft with 7 pieces of wood just tied together. That's why the people use there to help them cross the Yar River. So our first team crossed, the second, I was part of the team of the people that crossed using that same raft. By the time we crossed, the raft went back to District 2 stand to bring the fourth batch of people. That's when the raft started to sink. And 2 of our office staffers, in fact, there were 3, 1 lady and 2 men jumped into the water. We managed to get the lady, to rescue the lady, but the two guys from the Office of Representative Musa Belity up to this moment cannot be found. So they are still drowned in the Yar River. When that happened, there was no search on the day of the incident because the town people, especially those from Beitiapa, were afraid, that this has happened, this an accident has happened, and maybe they will be linked to it and arrested. So they didn't do any effort to help to rescue until yesterday when it got a little bit serious, where Representative Samuel Koga of District 5 joined in, and that of the former representative of District 4, Wapukagon, joined his colleague here, Representative Musa Berete, and they all went to the water side again to initiate the search. It was at that moment that Representative Samuel Koga crossed the raft and went to District 2 and talked to the town people that this has happened. We can't sit idly and not doing anything. These are human beings. We have to do something to assist to find them. So it was at that moment that, they have to do some traditional ritual, give them cola, appease them before they could come to the water side. So the search started somewhere around 2 last evening. Up to this, yesterday, up to this morning, there is no sign of these guys being found. The information we are gathering is that in that water, at that particular point, when people get drowned, there's a history of even white people who are gone there to assist these people build a bridge, getting drowned, and they were never found. So the information is that when strangers get drowned in that water, whatever effort you apply to find these people cannot be successful. So this morning, all of us are disappointed. The district is sad. The two staffers from the office of Representative Musa Berete cannot be found.
Cyprian Colley is our contact in Nema County with that detail. Let's now move on to Grand Bassa County. The Liberia National Police Grand Bassa County Detachment has arrested a man aged 26 for allegedly raping a 7-year-old girl in the county. According to RCS, Grand Bassa County correspondent Elijah Lee was arrested on Sunday by residents of the Goson community in Buchanan while using his fingers to sexually abuse the 7-year-old minor. Our correspondent quoted the author of the survivor as explaining that the perpetrator convinced his niece and took her to the Bible Faith School campus, and while in the process of committing the act, community members raised alarm before he was arrested. Here is Alexander Musa.
Was arrested last night by community dwellers after he went to a community called Cornerstone Community, collected a 7-year-old girl from there and took her to a school campus, Mountford School campus, and then later used his fingers to penetrate the little child. And so when the little child was crying, walking around, and they were able to apprehend him or arrest him and took him to the station. I will speak via pass at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police here in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. And according to the little child who just Masak, where is now taken to the hospital, and the report confirmed that indeed she was tempered with, but let's say finger was used to temper her. So she's currently at the Brentford Hospital going treatment.
Has the suspect given any account as to what led to his action?
Well, the media also tried to attack more with him, but the Crown Division of the LMP said they are still investigating, so they could not allow to talk to him because you are still ongoing investigation, but get allowed to have a war with him now. So I suspect he's still in jail here for ongoing investigation.
In a related development, police in Grand Bassa County have launched a manhunt for another man believed to be in his 30s for allegedly raping a 15-year-old girl in the county. Our correspondent said the perpetrator, whose name the police is yet to disclose, ran away after committing the act over the weekend. Once again, Alexander Musa with the detail.
Here in Lawada, another man believed to be a daddy Terry is on the run after he allegedly raped a 15-year-old girl last night in the Four Horses community. So the little child is at the Liberia Government Hospital. Sources from the hospital informed her that indeed the little child was tempered with, so she undergoing treatment as the police is in search of this development. What family is yet to be disclosed.
Alexander Musa is Truth FM Grand Bassa County correspondent with the developments. Well, folks, if you are just joining us, a reminder of the top developments we are following on this Monday edition of the news program, News Text. Throughout on several critical national issues, including the recast budget, members of the legislature agreed to reconvene this Thursday for a special session. Double rape cases in Grand Bassa County, one arrested and one on the run after allegedly raping a 7-year-old and a 15-year-old, respectively, as police launch manhunt. Such operation continues in District 2 Nema County for two staffers of the Office of Representative Musa Ability who went missing since August 24th after the raft they were crossing on sank in the Yar River, and after whom from at least 60 people have been killed after a dam burst because of heavy rainfall in war-torn Sudan, according to the BBC. Let's bring you this development. The Liberia Maritime Authority, in collaboration with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, has kicked off a 5-day training for journalists and maritime personnel in the country. The training is intended to educate journalists to promote maritime security. Speaking Monday in Moroville, the acting director for faculty and academic affairs at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, Dr. Emma Barikoran, said the workshop is intended to inform the media on the impact of maritime crimes on the Gulf of Guinea and the overall deterioration of human security and efforts to combat maritime criminality.
This course is the first of maritime security reporting in the Gulf of Guinea. The previous three courses were successfully held in Zagreb for Ghanaian nationals, and then at the KIP for a multinational audience. And then finally, we held it in Nigeria, Lagos, for nationals of Nigeria. So this courses took place between 2023 today. So far, we have built the capacity of 72 participants from the target audience. Now, this course forms part of the capacity building of the integrated responses to maritime safety and security in the Gulf of Guinea domain. This is a 5-year project supported by the government of Ghana. The overarching goal of this project is to establish a collaborative platform among stakeholders in the Gulf of Guinea maritime sector. Our aim is to enhance the comprehension of the dynamic maritime security landscape, promote better collaboration and cooperation, and leverage both individual and collective efforts to improve maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea. As has already been said by the previous speaker, throughout the last decade, topics related to piracy at sea, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, drug trafficking, maritime climate crisis, among other forms of threats to safety and security in the maritime domain, have increasingly secured their place in the mainstream media coverage. In the Gulf of Guinea domain, however, most coastal states depend heavily on revenue from marine trade commerce. At the same time, our sea lanes in the Gulf of Guinea are of international importance, and for that matter, incidents of attacks on commercial vessels, oil installations, fishing vessels, and marine pollutants are interpreted differently by the multiple national and international stakeholders. For example, international shipping insurance premiums rise in view of piracy-inspired perceptions of insecurity in the Gulf of Guinea, and for that matter, high cost of doing business for African traders who use maritime sectors. Media practitioners, including journalists, are better placed to disseminate information from the development in the maritime front to the various stakeholders. Journalists play the role of partners in maritime security as validators of the work of maritime actors, including states, shipping lines, oil drilling companies, and others, which they promote in their reportage. And as watchdogs on behalf of the public, they are critique of development in the maritime front. It is therefore imperative to ensure accurate reporting on maritime security challenges in the Gulf of Guinea. In addition to reporting on maritime security issues, the media could also play an important role in sensitizing the public on the dangers and impact of illegal fishing, armed robbery at sea, piracy, and other illegal activities.
Also speaking, the acting head of mission of the Ambassador of Guinea to Liberia, Edmaya Oben, said the capacity building training for media practitioners in the maritime security is to help support the Liberia maritime security on their work and functions in the Liberia maritime sector.
That as well as critical stakeholders in maritime security, that the media, communication, and PR personnel of maritime agencies. Ghana and Liberia share long-standing bilateral relations and historical bonds of friendship. Our two countries have been underpinned by a shared value of mutual respect and commitment to various areas of mutual cooperation, as reflected in the presence of Ghanaian fishing communities along the Liberian coastline. This reinforces enduring partnership and communal connections between our two countries. In this course, we will fully appreciate the power of state media collaboration in ensuring the effective reportage on maritime security within the maritime space of Liberia. I am aware that this trade involves part of activities under the 5-year project on integrated responses to threats to maritime safety and security in the Gulf of Guinea maritime domain in West Africa and Central Africa, which is funded by the government of Denmark. It is worth mentioning that Ghana is deeply involved in such a laudable project that seeks to contribute to increased collaboration among maritime actors and also through the reportage of media practitioners on maritime security issues. Indeed, maritime threats are common and established that matter all member states of the Community of West Africa, ECOWAS, and the Economic Community of Central African States, ECAS, owe it a responsibility to support the needed response measures. While incidents of maritime piracy have gone down considerably over the last 3 years, occasional incidents indicate that maritime piracy has not been completely nipped in the bud, and sustained efforts are key in ensuring this menace does not become business as usual. In this regard, the role played by media practitioners in the communication and PRO officers in maritime institutions have not been understated. As our eyes and ears, the media play a critical role in allowing us to see the bigger picture of maritime security out there. That is why their stories are based on fact and linked with good understanding of the maritime security issues. This training therefore seeks to reinforce the knowledge needs of participants in the media, communication, and PR lines. It is not surprising, therefore, that the Buchanan International Peacekeeping Training Center in Accra was established by the government of Ghana in collaboration with the international community to provide an African-led support to peace and security efforts in Africa and beyond. Since 2000, the AAIP has proven to be reliable, relevant, and sustainable organization that serve all development partners in the entire continent of Africa in addressing pertinent capacity issues in the peace and security sector.
He's Edmund Yard Oben, the acting head of mission of the Ambassador of Ghana to Liberia. Earlier, you listened to the acting director for Faculty and Academic Affairs at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Center, Dr. Eman Barakiran. He spoke at the start of a week-long training for media practitioners in Liberia. Representative Pamela has termed the increased demand for police presence in Sanaye district as essential to address the issue of security. The Bon County representative noted that the increase in security will effectively address the issue of crimes and ensure the well-being of the people in the district. In a letter to Police Inspector General Conan Gregory Coleman dated August 22nd, 2024, Representative Foley Famula noted that the community is currently faced with shortage of police personnel, something he said has raised concerns about public safety and security. The Bon County District 7 representative stated that the presence of security will help maintain law and order in the district. Well, folks, that's all the time we have to be with you on this August 26, 2024 edition of Newsdesk as we take leave of you. These are the top stories we have been following. To act on several critical national issues, including the recast budget, members of the legislature agreed to reconvene this Thursday for a special session. Double rape cases in Grand Bassa County, one arrested, one on the run after allegedly raping a 7-year-old and a 15-year, respectively, as police launch manhunt. Such operation continues in District 2, Nema County, for two staffers of the Office of Representative Musa Belity, who went missing since August 24th after the raft they were crossing on sank in the Yar River. And away from Liberia, at least 60 people have been killed after a dam burst because of heavy rain in Wharton, Sudan, according to the BBC. Thanks to our correspondents, writers, reporters, editors, those who helped in making this August 26, 2024 edition of Newsdesk a success. Mark Davis read for us the news bulletin, the foreign development. My Tobian Sada controlled and ably coordinated the sound. For and on behalf of the news team, my name is Hansen Deka. Good evening, I presented.
Ria TV, True FM.
In Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV.
Into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep your better level.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News Summary of 12. My name is Hansen Deka present. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life that what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life that what I live. You know, with my family and how to call it.
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Both connected with this country.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to True FM 96.1.